Hello and welcome back to another Unity tutorial video. In this one we're going to be going over how to create a bool for your FX layers. So this kind of follows after the creating toggles for your animations, which I'll have linked in that one that goes over integers, but in this one I'm going to be going over bools. Now the benefit of bools is it uses up less space, so I'll show you here. In the parameters, as you can see, you only can have so much memory for your avatar, for your parameters, and the bool, if you look, this is 106 out of 128. If I create a new bool, this only creates one, just one extra, I don't know what to call it, memory. So really nothing at all. And if we go here, I could have just kept that one, I guess. If I change this to an integer, as you can see, that goes up quite a bit compared to the bool. So the bool takes up less memory, and it's only a true and false. So the integers use numbers, and what the bool system uses is true and false. So it's a lot easier and simple when using toggles for objects on your avatar. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go over to the FX first. I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to have, I can't really see it, a toggle for my gun on the avatar. And we're going to always, and I'm going to change the weight to 1. Make sure you always do that. Scroll out using the scroll wheel. You push down on the scroll wheel as well. Middle mouse button to view. And that's pretty much the basic controls for this. Now what we're going to do is right click, create, empty, and I'm going to name this, just name it off. Don't need to put an animation or mess with anything here, so what we're going to do is then go and right click, create state, empty, and I'm going to have this as gun toggle. So what I'm going to do next now is right click off of this off transition, off state, and I'm going to transition over here to gun, and then I'm going to do the same thing here, make transition and go back to off. Now what I'm going to do is go over here up to parameters, and I am going to create, so going up here in parameters, pressing the little plus button up here, you will then select bool, and I'm going to name this gun. Now I am back here in layers, go back down to gun, and then we're going to go over here onto the right side under the inspector, under conditions, press the little plus button, click on here, and you're going to go down to that new parameter you just added. So I named it gun, and we're going to have it so that when it's on, it'll be true, so it'll transition from the off animation, so which the off animation doesn't play any animation, so it's going to transition from this when true to the gun animation. So I think I do have gun on. So I do have the animation here, so it'll transition over to this animation and play it. And so now I'm going to create another thing over here on the transition going back to off. We're going to now go to conditions plus gun, and when it's false, it'll now switch back from the gun animation to playing no animation. So it'll stop playing this animation. So in this animation that we created, I have it so that it's turned on, this gun. If you don't know how to create animations, I do believe in the previous video I do explain how to do that. I'll have a video linked on how to do the animations, otherwise it will be in the previous video to this one. So as you can see, we have it so it toggles on when transitioning from off to gun, and well, it'll switch back to no animation when when transitioning from gun to off. And another thing I like to do is, if you want it to be instantaneous, you can have 0 exit time and 0 transition duration. So when as soon as you toggle it, it'll toggle on the gun or play the animation, and it'll do that with no exit time or transition duration. And now what we're going to do is go over here to parameter, going to add another one, and make sure it is bool, non-integer, and we're going to name it gun. So make sure that this is spelled exactly as it is in the FX under parameters. So this one, make sure it's spelled the exact same as that in parameters. You can always copy and paste it as well. That makes it a bit better to do. So yeah, once you've done that, it's pretty much the same thing, and I'm gonna go create a toggle, and then we're gonna select that parameter, and that is really it. The bool system's really easy, doesn't take long, it's a lot simpler, and takes up less space. So yeah, but yeah, that is it. That's all it takes to set up the bool system. So hopefully you enjoyed that, found that helpful. If so, possibly leave a like, subscribe, comment. Really appreciate it. With that out of the way, you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.